Hello everybody and welcome to Tiffany Lives Tarot. Yes, we made it through the name change. Thanks for sticking with me. And I am Tiffany and this is your weekly reading for the week of May 18th through the 24th in the year 2020. All right, I'm picking a few decks. I'm picking a few cards from a few decks. And while I'm doing this, you are focusing on the question, what messages do I need to know so I can have the best possible week next week? What do I need to hear to help me navigate next week in the best possible way? Okay. All right, so what's funny is there are 4 positions here, and 3 of those 4 positions have 2 cards each for them. So that's not a bad thing, but it does mean there's a lot of messages coming through this week. So this is exciting. Let me flip some stuff over here. Our first position represents the past until today. And this can be the recent past, the far away past, however the past, whatever that means to you, is affecting you today. All right. And okay, well, in that first position, we got our 2 cards. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. And when we see pentacles, this represents our culture, our society, and the things that we need to perpetuate that. So we're thinking home, job, career, finances, your support system, all the things we need in regular life to survive as a society. And the Ace of Pentacles represents the beginning of a cycle, and the King of Pentacles represents the end. And that's why I had a little reaction there, because these cards literally bookend a cycle. A full cycle has come, full circle, completion. And speaking of the past to now, this really speaks to what's happening in our world these days with this virus and the conditions that it has brought and the way it's changed all of our lives, right? It doesn't matter what side of this you're on, whether you believe it or not, whether you agree with the precautions or not, does not matter. We're all being affected by this. And the fact that we have the King of Pentacles at the end confirms that we are ending a major cycle and about to start a new one. And we can see that in the way that getting back to normal does not feel like anything normal that we knew a couple of months ago. All right. So, yeah, past up to now, this is totally speaking to what's going on in the world and the way we're being affected by the virus. Now, these next cards I'm about to flip over represent our internal and external influences, meaning influences around us, and influence, and also the energy that we're bringing to this situation. We also got 2 cards here. Ooh, 2 cards here for this. All right. Another interesting pair. We have Brother Fire and we have Karma. I'm going to start with Brother Fire. This energy is fast. It's quick. It's mercurial. It's very driven, and it's also impatient, it's impulsive, and the Brother Fire can be very offensive, but he can also be very offended. It doesn't matter. He's that kind of guy. And he also represents unpredictable change. So in regards to internal, external influences right now, this is definitely the energy that's happening around us. Whether you're watching the news or not, things are changing every single day. Okay, now we're all going to do this. Oh, and now the next day, oh, now we're all going to do this. This is true one day, this is true another day. there's no consistency right now. And again, it doesn't matter where you land in this whole virus thing and your beliefs about it. There is no consistency. That's why there's so much uproar in the world right now, right? We see this being acted out with all the protests and just the chaos from the hospitals being overwhelmed. And there's so much happening right now that it feels like we're in this energy all the time. So that's our external influence. Seems very accurate. This refers to our internal influence, the karma card. And this card is really, and we all know what karma is. What comes around goes around, right? In the broadest, most general sense. And right now, with the karma card, we're being asked to be accountable. How are we going to be accountable during this time? You want to think about, how are you reacting to things on a daily basis? When you get a piece of news, when something else, changes in the way you've got your life managed right now because of the virus, how are you reacting? Are you learning to take it in stride and become adaptable? Are you going off the rails because you heard something you didn't like on the news and one more thing to just like blow your stack over? How are you reacting to things? Because the way we react right now, and it's true all the time, but we're going to feel it right now more, the way we're reacting to these things determines the quality of our experience as we transition through this time, literally. And for example, are you in a place, if you can go outside right now and walk around and go places, are you the one walking around with a chip on your shoulder? Or are you the one walking around just grateful and being respectful to other people? Because the person walking around trying to intimidate others, or with that self-righteous indignation, is going to attract certain experiences and people to him or herself. And so is the person who's walking around just feeling grateful to be outside and doing their best to respect other people, whatever their beliefs are. And that person also attracts a certain type of energy and a certain type of people to them. It's the law of attraction. I'm not trying to get all airy-fairy and stuff, but it's just the truth. And yeah, so it's really time to take stock of how we're reacting to things. Because if everything's getting you down in some way right now, you want to take stock of that right now and figure out how to change that. Because again, that's just going to continue to determine the quality of your everyday experience. Because this isn't over. This isn't over. And the reason I know this isn't over is because for our oracle card here, this section represents insight and potential actions we could take. And we have the poised card in reverse. This basically means no action. As a society, things are still getting shaken up right now. We're still at the end. We're in this weird transition of between phases, right? And so one way of life, a lot of things that we've known is being shaken up, along with our ideas about, what work looks like, the economy, socialization, right? All these things are kind of being upended, and it hasn't settled down yet. It's not time to move forward as a society. We really can't. We're just not there yet. We're still in the shake-up stage. We're not going to be getting through this as quickly as we want to. Now, in the Insight Action section, we also have the To Be Fair card in reverse. And when we get this card, it's because we're feeling like this is not fair. I need this. I'm not going to get that. I need my fair share of this and that, and my family needs this. And we're all feeling like we're getting the short end of some stick. It's nerve-wracking. And again, if that's how you're feeling, and if this is the place that you're making decisions from, the karma card is here to ask you to take a step back and consider that instead of feeling scared because you need more than you think you're going to get, if you're seeing a problem, then the to be fair card is asking us to consider, well, what can I do to help? What can I do to change that? What can I do without harming others, without saying, well, so-and-so has too much, I need theirs. Because I have this reason why I need theirs too, and why they don't need it. That kind of thinking goes nowhere. That it just promotes more of the feeling of victimization. And we really need to be proactive around that and not fall into that. So instead, if you're nervous, because we all are to some degree, we're all nervous about the future. Something is at stake for everybody. And what are we going to do in this new normal, right? What are we going to do to contribute to the health of our society, to the health of this new normal? The problem is we don't have a lot of answers yet, right? But in the meantime, you can be working on who you want to be in this time of crisis. And when it's over, you want to be able to look back and be like, yeah, I did what I could for me or for my people. I'm not saying go out and start a movement, or definitely please don't go out and start another protest. But, but what can we do to help? And again, it doesn't have to be for your whole community, but we want to be on a higher level. We want to be making choices from that place inside us that's grounded and centered and knows that even though the outside world feels crazy right now, we have something inside that we can stand on, that we can go to and get our answers and have better reactions to things. We don't have to panic, even though it feels like we need to. Panic never got us a good answer, never brought us any place good. Now, Trust is our angel oracle card to finish this reading off. And this can be a tough card to take. It can be very comforting, but at the same time, the universe, your intuition, your sense of God, whatever you believe in is saying to trust the fact that we are still being shaken up and things are changing, and we need to accept that. We need to not succumb to the Brother Fire's impulsive, radical energy. It's asking us to trust that we can do better with our reactions and determining the quality of our path from here on out. The universe is asking us to trust and accept that we can't do a whole lot more than that right now, and that figuring out how to be of service to the people, to either yourself or the people around you in ways that are harmful to no one and helpful to anyone, even if yourself and no one else, as long as it's not hurting anyone else, how can we be there for other people? And we're being asked to trust that it's all going to be okay, which maybe sounds a little bit trite, but we're being asked to trust in our higher selves. We're being asked to trust in our intuition and our guiding principles and values that come from that really deep core place within ourselves, instead of reacting to what we're seeing on the news or the new changes in the community or the school. Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot. And it can be a lot to be asked to trust during this time. However, it's times like these that's sometimes all we can do. And just remember to keep acting from your higher self. Now, if you would like to have to know more how this is affecting you personally and things that you can do to be more proactive, to change the course that you're on, then please book a reading with me at tiffanylives.com. And if you have any questions, you could email me at sistaflame@gmail.com, or you can leave me a question in the comment section. All right, sorry this went a little long today, but like I said, there's a lot of messages here. It's kind of a big deal. Good luck this week. Let me know what's going on, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.